Hello, welcome back to Completely Naked Gaming. Let's play Broken Sword, The Shadow of the Templars. This is part 6. If you haven't watched the previous 5 parts, go back and do it now. Well, go on then. We'll wait. Okay, sorted? Good. Right, let's jump straight back in. Right, now last time we... shut up you. Last time we realised that this guy was not telling us the truth, so let's find out what's going on.
Hello.
Doyle told me you definitely worked at the dig.
You don't believe him, do you? Patrick Doyle is a moron and a scoundrel.
Even so, he saw you talking to Pegram.
You can't prove that, mister.
Okay. I can't exactly remember what to do here.
See you later. Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
Oh, nothing. Hey!
Hello there again, mister.
Right, I seem to have forgotten what the hell I'm supposed to do.
Nothing really. Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
So when in doubt, have another beer.
May I have another beer, please?
Certainly, sir. Same again?
Yeah, please. How is this stuff made?
That's the secret of the master brewer, sir. Each barrel is lovingly manhandled in time-honoured fashion, suspended on skillfully tied ropes of the finest hemp, lowered into the cellar, utilising the forces of original gravity, like manna from heaven.
Just give me my beer, dude.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
No.
Oh no, I'm just trying to track him down.
Me too. That son of a bitch should be locked away.
Did Pegram stay here?
That's right. In the best room in the house.
That's the one with the bed.
Can I see Pegram's room?
It's been taken by one of the brothers from the reformatory. They come every year for spiritual refreshment.
That's a good one. Their idea of refreshment is a good full of stout.
I wouldn't want to disturb a man of God, especially not a big fella from the bad boys' home.
I don't blame you, Mick. That brother's got muscles like a muscle man.
Thanks.
Let's go and speak to the boy, shall we? Now, obviously, bear in mind, I've played this game a lot of times, but this game's actually really, really long. I've just realised I left my beer on the side. Anyway, it'll still be there. But yeah, this game's really, really long because most people don't know what they're doing. And for some reason, I've now forgotten. I'm pretty sure this guy will now tell me that the other chap was at the dig.
Hey, McGuire.
What do you want to know?
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Can you describe him like on the telly in the cop shows?
He's an English archaeologist.
I know the man you mean if he's the one.
Can you tell me where I'd find Pegram?
No, I can't, 'cause he's not here now, but if I sees him, I'll ask him.
Do you know what Pegram was doing in the castle?
Digging for buried treasure. Jewels and gold and skeletons, like in the films.
I heard that Pegram had found a legendary gem.
That's right. It's been the talk of Lochman all week.
You haven't seen the gem, have you?
Hell no. I reckon Pegram made off with it. If I was him, I'd go to Amsterdam, chop it up and sell it. He could be living the life of Riley instead of digging holes.
Do you know anything about Pegram's dig?
He wouldn't let me anywhere near it. I offered to help, but he chased me off. I didn't want to see his smelly old hole anyhow.
Did anyone from the village work at the dig?
Pegram bought some students and bums with him. He reckoned no one in Lochman would know what to look for. The only local guy who worked for him was Sean Fitzgerald.
Gotcha.
Fitzgerald says he's never been anywhere near the dig.
He's having you on, mister.
That's all we needed to know.
Are you sure Fitzgerald worked at the dig?
Oh, yes. It was him, all right. Would I tell a lie?
Well, he denies it.
I saw them together only last night.
I wish you'd told me that sooner. What were they doing?
Pegram gave Fitzy a box. He didn't look too happy about it.
I knew it. But how am I going to persuade him to part with it?
Break his fingers.
Nah, I couldn't do that.
I could.
Thanks for the offer, kid, but I'll try a more subtle approach.
Chinese burns?
You've got to love the. You got to love this Maguire boy.
What's Fitzgerald scared of?
Everything and everyone.
So I shouldn't have any trouble getting him to talk.
He's a pushover. But don't scare him too much. Try the soft touch. Butter him up a bit.
Okay.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Okay, mister. Right, so before we confront him, I'm going to finish my pint. I would say it's going to go warm, but it probably already is. There we go.
Hello.
He's still there, fiddling away with himself. Look. Fiddling with himself? I don't know.
McGuire says he saw you working at the dig. What's more, he saw you talking with Pegram.
I knew this would happen. I knew I'd get caught. Just my luck. Grasped up by a delinquent and a dimwit.
I need to talk to Professor Pegram, if he's still alive.
What do you mean? Is he in danger?
Yeah, you too, if I'm right.
You're not from the Social Security.
Hell no. What makes you think that?
Well, I was claiming benefit at the same time I was working for Pegram.
I'm not in a position to make judgments, Sean. That's between you and your conscience. All I want is to talk to Pegram about the gem.
But he's not here.
I know that. But he left that package with you, didn't he? What did Pegram find at the castle?
The entrance to an underground chamber. It was filled with earth and rubble, and Pegram had us dig it out. We uncovered a secret room, a hidden chapel.
So where did Pegram go?
I don't know. I swear it. He came to see me early this morning. Said he was leaving.
Oh, come on, Fitzgerald.
He asked me to give this package to a guy called Marquet.
Did Pegram find the gem in the altar room?
I don't know. He made us leave and wouldn't tell us why. Half an hour later he came out. White as a sheet he was. He closed down the dig and locked up the castle, sent us all away.
From the sound of it, Pegram had discovered more than just the gem. Show me what's in the package, Sean.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I promised the professor.
So what? You didn't have any qualms about your benefit scam. So where's the harm in taking a peek inside Pegram's package?
You don't know these people. I can't. I don't dare.
This is your last chance to show me the package, Fitzgerald. I've been patient with you, but now it's time to kick ass.
But he'll kill me.
Who will?
The man from Paris. Jack Marquet. Pegram told me if I gave him the package unopened, I'd hear no more about it. But if I double-crossed Marquet, I'd be dead.
He looks like a monkey.
I'll deal with Jacques Marquet. Give the package to me.
No. Why should I trust you? I don't know who to trust anymore. I wish I'd never even heard of the Lochmarn gem.
Oh dear. Well, that didn't work, did it?
Hey, I just seen a big red.
Get out of here, Maguire. Come back when you're old enough.
What's the lad howling about?
A big red sports car. Sean Fitzgerald's been runned over.
Get out! Noisy little tyke.
Maybe you should send out some medicinal brandy maker.
Oh, yes. And who's going to pay for it?
Not me.
Me too, neither.
Right, okay. I love Ireland so much. In the game, I've never actually been in real life.
I was telling the truth about Fitzy, mister.
Okay, calm down. Now tell me what happened.
I was standing here, minding me own business, when I saw this beautiful red sports car coming up over the hill. Would you look at that, says I, and I going over to take a closer look. Next thing, Fitzy comes tearing out of the pub and nearly knocks me on my ass. But the car just flies at him. It was too fast for poor old Fitzy, and hit him an awful wallop. He goes flying up on top. Jesus, says I thought he was a goner. Next thing, the driver hops out, and I couldn't believe my eyes. He was dressed like a bloody pixie.
Oh no. It's our killer again.
Did this pixie have a scar on his cheek?
I couldn't see. He was wearing a stupid mask. Are you a special agent?
Sorry to disappoint you, kid, but I'm not. Did Fitzgerald drop anything when he was hit?
I didn't see. It all happened so fast.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Right, okay. So, obviously, he's been hit by a car and dragged off. And you can see that the box here is open, where he smashed, where the car hit it. So let's go and have a look at it, shall we?
The plastic cover had been smashed by the pixie's car, revealing a switch.
Well, I don't know about you, but whenever I find a switch or a button that I don't know what it does, I just have to press it or flip it.
I pushed the switch down, but in doing so it snapped off in my hand.
And that usually happens.
It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
Right, well, I've broken something. Right, okay, so we've broken something outside, but before I do anything, I'm going to get another pint.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Do you know Sean Fitzgerald very well?
I know him enough not to sell him more than 2 pints. He's like a kid when he gets a few beers inside him.
I'm not surprised. He's on medication for his nerves.
There's nothing wrong with his nerves. He's just screwy.
Hey, how about another drink?
See him again?
Do you serve cocktails?
I'll serve anyone with manners. And money.
You know, I'm serious. Have you considered turning McDevitt's into a cocktail bar? Cocktails are chic, cool, and popular with younger drinkers.
What? Kids in the bar? Can you imagine it? Pinball, pimples, and puke.
Right, I get the picture. I'll settle for a glass of stout.
I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
Damn.
I can fix it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician. Oh well, at least the glass washer is still working. It's not my dear, is it?
Right, so now he's got broken pumps and a broken dishwasher. Now, if you remember rightly, when we went to Khan's room, we found that he was saying that his name was Merlyn, and he was an electrician.
It just so happens I'm an electrician. Check out my credentials.
Well, now, isn't that marvellous? Here's a house bedevilled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it. I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer. And
Okay.
when you finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
Yeah, sure. Right, so we've now got access to behind the bar. If you sort of have a scan over, there's nothing behind the bar that we couldn't get to before, apart from the dishwasher. The first thing to check when something stops working is the fuse, obviously.
I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug. Seemed fine to me.
Yeah, unfortunately, George doesn't know what he's doing. But we've got a bit...
It was a short piece of wire, twisted into a rough circle.
Yeah, a bit of wire. Sorry about it. It keeps interrupting me.
I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire. I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions. Excuse me, Mr. Leary. I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half-pint to that man, on the house. Now, could you take a look at the beer pumps?
Well, I guess so, but I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on me hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
Right, so now we can get to the new area. Something that I've just noticed, that I haven't really noticed before. When George changed the fuse for the bit of wire, he pulled out what looks like a screwdriver to undo the plug. Now, we don't have anything that even resembles a screwdriver in our inventory. So, I don't know whether or not this is just one pocket, I don't know, even though I don't think that would fit in your pocket. But he's obviously carrying stuff that he's not letting us know about. He's got money somewhere, can't see any here. He's got a screwdriver. Wonder what else he's got. Anyway, run over. Let's go downstairs.
What a dumb place to store a flashlight. A dark cellar. The only way I was going to find anything down there was to feel around.
Okay, so have a quick scan over the thing, and you'll see that the only stuff we can look at is either upstairs or this nicely lit lever over here.
I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen.
Okay, so there's still nothing else we can do, so let's go upstairs. Right, now we're outside. Let's examine this, because it looked like the lever that we played with earlier on was connected in some way to this. There we go.
I lifted the trapdoor and an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
I didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
He doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough jeans to go round? I prayed Maguire had the sense to keep his mouth shut. Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
He's got a very flat head. Anyway, we can't jump down there because he said it's too far to jump. So we'll go back downstairs and see if we can see now that we get some sunlight in there. Now I'm not talking as much in this part simply because I'm drinking and I can only use my mouth hole for one thing at a time. Which is a shame, really.
Then I noticed a flash of light. Something sparkling beneath the open trapdoor.
Wonder what that could be.
It was Pegram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. As I held it aloft, I realized the fascination it could command. I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking for.
Yeah. Listen, Maguire. I want you to keep this to yourself.
No problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way, you're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. O'Leary's trust.
I could, for sure. That old misery guts deserves it.
If you want to do me a favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the suit.
Okay. But it'll cost you a packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari.
Right, as I said, have never been to Ireland, but a packet of chips. I'm pretty sure the Irish call them crisps. Maybe I'm wrong. If anyone Irish is watching, please let me know. But I could have sworn that the Irish people, just like the English people, called them crisps. And chips, or fries as the Americans would call them, do not come in packets. Right, so let's have a look round in here, shall we?
I looked among the cleaning materials, but saw nothing I could use. It was a calendar with a faded photograph of a prize-winning carp.
Okay, so there's nothing of interest here, but we have got a leaky tap.
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
Nice. Now, what could we collect some water with? If you have a look up here, there's no containers, but we have got a towel.
I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water.
We now have a wet towel.
I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
Right, now this is one of the few choices that you can make that makes no difference at all to the actual storyline. If we leave this this tap on, like that.
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
If we leave it like that, later on we'll get an additional line of dialogue. So I'm going to leave it on. Now I'm going to leave so that OLeary here doesn't realise I'm not actually fixing his pumps. I do not want a load of thirsty, angry Irishmen after me. Right, so obviously everything here is pretty much done now. I could speak to Maguire again if I wanted to, but let's see what's up here. Now if you go to the edge of the screen and you don't see the sort of beckoning hand movement, you know that it doesn't scroll that way, so there's no point walking any further that way. But we can see that we can go up this little path. And here's a man reading a book.
The farmer's craggy face was set in a mask of aesthetic appreciation. His feet were set in a pair of manure-caked boots.
Nice.
Hi, do you speak English?
Well, now, what if I was to say no? An implication of cognizance shrouded in denial. A pretty poser of a paradox indeed.
I gave him the look I'd perfected when I was 12 and was going to be the greatest hypnotist of all time. It was a killer.
Are you attempting to hypnotize me, or is it the constipation you're suffering?
I was a little out of practice.
Oh dear. Okay, let's ask him about his book. His book's blue, but whatever.
Good book?
A book? It's a passport to a world of fantasy and imagination.
Yeah, what's the title?
Creative Shelving for Beginners, the 1978 edition.
That's a good read.
What's so cool about home improvement?
There's nothing like it. The resinous autumnal aroma of seasoned wood, the rhythmic rasp of the plane. Ah, no wonder our Lord came to earth as the son of a humble carpenter. I bet he was a wizard with a chisel and a length or two before.
Okay.
Surely the portrayal of Christ's adoptive family as humble artisans is a symbolic metaphor.
I don't know about that, but I know they were carpenters. Haven't you read the book?
Well, no. But I have seen The Greatest Story Ever Told, and I don't recall Jesus putting up any shelves.
Well, it doesn't cover his entire life, does it? Nobody knows.
What can you tell me about the castle?
Not much, I'm sorry to say. Most of its history is long forgotten. Ah, but if these old stones could only speak, what stories they'd tell. Stories to make your toes curl and your blood run cold. You know, this castle is said to be over 600 years old.
Who built the castle?
Mad Phelan, the first lord of Lochmarn. Well, I say lord, but actually he was little more than a village chieftain. He built his castle from the remains of the Templar preceptory.
Do you mind if I climb up your haystack to get into the castle?
What? It'd break your stupid neck for sure. Do you think I'd stand by and see your brains dashed out?
I'd be very careful, and I promise not to sue.
You won't get the chance, not while I'm here to stop you.
Right, okay, so we need to get rid of him, because he won't let us play silly buggers and climb a clearly unstable stack of hay.
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket. Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
A racing car? And what was it doing here? The poor fella must have been lost.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yeah, he knocked somebody down outside the bar.
What an idiot! How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car.
I mean, the car was traveling too fast.
But you'd have thought the idiot could have heard it coming.
He's got a point, to be fair.
Have you seen Professor Pegram?
No, he's packed up and gone.
Do you happen to know where?
Back in England, I suppose.
Do you think Pegram's disappearance is due to the curse?
Look at the facts. He dug up the gem, he disappeared, bingo. It doesn't take a degree in mathematics to work that one out, does it? You don't have to be a smarty Pythagoras with a calculator.
I guess not.
Pegram has run off with the gem.
For a farmer, he's got a pretty advanced vocabulary. Right. Let's ask him about the Templars.
Where was the site of the Templar preceptory?
Right here on Temple Hill. Phelan built right on top of the old wall. It's said that deep beneath these walls, there's a Templar chapel.
Did Pegram discover the chapel?
I don't know. His workers were sworn to secrecy.
Now, we can ask him about Fitzgerald here, but I know what happens when we do. So I'm going to ask him about a few of the items that we've got, first of all, just to see what he says.
Have you any use for this towel?
Whatever gave you that idea? Oh dear me, no.
Okay, that's a strange response.
Does this false nose mean anything to you?
You're a circus clown.
No, but I got this from someone who disguised himself as a clown.
Is that a fact? Why did you do that now?
He's a psychotic killer. I think he may be connected with Pegram's disappearance. Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, but I wouldn't trust him. His eyes are too close together. He's not a friend of yours, is he?
Oh no, far from it. In fact, I believe it's the face of a killer.
I knew it! Piggy eyes. Can't trust him.
Piggy eyes.
Maybe not.
Okay.
This is the gem that Pegram found in the castle.
So that's what all the fuss was about. I can't see why myself. Why men would fight and steal and kill over a little bauble like that.
Well, it's kind of neat the way it sparkles.
Okay. I don't know why he's flashing a priceless gem out at strangers. But anyway.
Do you recognize the name on this card?
I can't read that little writing.
It says Thomas Merlyn, Gruber Electronics.
Is that your name, Tommy Merlyn?
No, but what a great stage name. It had what my high school hypnosis act had lacked, style and class. For a few seconds, I bathed in spotlights on a thundering tide of applause. Tommy Merlyn, hypnotist.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, I just remembered something.
See, now, if you don't ask people about these items, you don't get all these lines. I'm not going to do it with everybody, simply because we'll be here forever. And also, I still want you to go and play the game. Even if you watch the videos and you haven't played it before, go and play the game. Do it.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Is it used on sheep?
No, it's for lifting the covers off drains.
Never. How?
Well, the end of the tool fits into the hole in the cover.
They'd slip out. Angles are wrong. You'd never do it.
I have. I did it in Paris.
What on earth would you do to a sheep with that?
What do you make of this matchbook?
Seems ordinary enough to me.
What do you make of this tissue?
That's a sorry sight to wave about in public.
Oh, it's theatrical grease paint.
And that makes it all right, does it? I must remember that next time someone complains about the state of me handkerchief.
Would you like to shake my hand?
What is this? I don't do that male bonding stuff.
Damn. Right, let's talk about Fitzgerald, shall we?
Maybe you know the guy who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him all right. That's me nephew, the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart. Was he killed by the car?
Oh no, but he has been abducted.
Well, that's a relief now.
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle, his own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral dilemma. Stay here and guard this potentially lethal agricultural construction, or to go off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man responsible for said hazard? It'll need some thinking about.
Why, there's no problem.
You're right. Why didn't I think of it before? We'll demolish the haystack.
You don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place and warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Marvelous. I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
He strode off in the direction of McDevitt's bar, leaving me to contemplate the stack of hay.
Right, so now we can climb the stack of hay. If you're playing this for the first time and if you want to hear every line of dialogue and see everything that you can follow him back to the bar, speak to him again, things like that. So there are going to be things that I don't cover in this playthrough. I am going to end the video here because otherwise it will go on forever like my videos have a tendency to do. And next time we're going to climb the haystack. Make sure you come back next time because probably the most iconic character from a Broken Sword game is going to be met after we climb this haystack. So make sure you come back. And also, there is a puzzle later on that we're going to do in the next part that many people struggle with. So make sure you come back and check that out as well. Right, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you soon.